we said we'd start at the end. And we all knew eventually there would be a pressured Jake Bates field goal. We all knew eventually that this guy who was, been working extremely hard. We've been out there practice, tons of kicks, first guy out. Sometimes I saw he was the last guy off, but there was a lot of just work being put in to what appeared to be the thing with Jake Bates was absolute. He could nuke it. He could be good out to 60. We saw it in the UFL, but it was accuracy. Can he dial it in? Can he be accurate?
Right. And this is all new to him, basically.
Yep. And can he handle the stage? Like that's another big part of this is can you handle the stage? Part. And they put faith in their guy. When they started taking a knee and saying, we're going to play for the field goal, it wasn't like the shortest field goal ever, but it's totally makeable by an NFL kicker.
Sure it is, but it's beyond the distance that you see for an extra point, and you see plenty of kickers missing extra points. You still had that feeling inside, like I don't know, I trust this.
Yeah, but they trusted it.
Yeah,
and that's what matters most.
That's why you have a kicker.
Yep.
I mean, you have to trust your kicker on your roster to drill it from inside of 50. And when you get beyond 50, it's less of a certainty. What they did? But today's NFL, it seems like it's almost a certainty now. Anything inside of 55,
they treated that situation like they had faith in their kicker.
Yes, they did.
They treated that situation like they had peak Mason Crosby or somebody. Like they had a guy that they knew would make that kick. That's how they treated this situation. Okay, we got all the yardage we need. We made it down to the 26. We're a 44-yard field goal. We know our guy's going to make it. That's how they treated it. And until you see him in that situation, look, they acted like they knew they had enough. And certainly it's not about the distance, but the further out you are, the less angle, you have to be more perfect. The further flight of the ball, if it's off by a couple of degrees one way or the other, it's going to sail wide. So, the further the ball has to travel, the greater chance for him to miss right or left. The distance isn't the issue. It was, and it's the pressure. Like that's
a pressure kick.
That's not a gimme kick by any stretch of the imagination.
On the road, hostile environment for the win.
There's perfect conditions, but you expect a good NFL kicker to make that kick. And as we felt our way through this situation and navigated it, Jake Bates came through, and the Lions acted as if they had their guy. And based upon this, it looks like they might. I mean, he's been great. And some of the extra points, you're like, was that good? He's had more than a few extra points where they have been sailing, and mostly it seems like wide right, but they sneak through the upright. He just tucks it right inside the upright, and it's good. And I'm sure his plan is to go right down the middle on every kick.
But it feels like on some of these kicks, it's about velocity more than anything else. So if I kick it hard enough and fast enough, the distance isn't going to catch up to me because the ball's just going to shoot through the uprights before it has a chance to go squirrely.
Yep.
But he's been money. He's been absolute money this year. Was he 10 for 10 now with field goals on the season?
Yep.
I think he missed one extra point maybe.
Yep.
But he's been fantastic. And what a situation we put into to test your mettle.
Now, hysterically, I just did something I've done all the time. And it's the Houston Oilers moved to Tennessee. They play Tennessee this weekend, not Houston. They have Houston in a couple of weeks. I still make that mistake. But it's kind of like the Houston Astros being in the American League. There's some things I'm never getting used to. But sorry, they don't play the Texans for a couple of weeks. But that will be a big game.
It will be a big game
when they get there. But they'll put the cart in front of the horse. They got Tennessee this weekend at home at 1:00. But anyway, back to the Bates thing. Like it's a big kick for the game, but it's also a big kick for the season. Like the next time he's out there, he'll know he can do it. And there's short-term prognosis and there's long-term prognosis. And there's short-term solutions, but there's long-term solutions. I feel better about Jake Bates today. And I think all of Detroit feels better about Jake Bates today. And he got a game ball and he was up there in front of the team. And I always think it's weird for kickers because they're just cut from a different cloth. They don't They're not the same. They're not anywhere close to what the rest of the team, their job is, what they do, what they look like. And he got up there and he said, hey, man, thank you for the opportunity and great job by the offense to get it down there and the whole snap spot operation. Like he thanked everybody in the locker room. But that's a big moment for Jake Bates. That's a big moment for this Lions season, is to have him come through with a pressure kick.
Yeah, no, it was big. Glad to see it. I had a knot in my stomach watching the game in the last 5 minutes of the game, and please, God, get the ball back, get an opportunity to win. But it was interesting watching how Goff handled things. He really did have this.
Can I make one final point on Bates?
Yeah.
He had a great quote afterwards, and it just made me laugh. He said, 18 months ago, I was selling bricks in Houston. I'm just like...
Got to make a living.
Hey.
Better than kicking bricks.
I don't know. I don't know what that career, how that career trajectory was taking you selling bricks. Maybe he was the best damn brick salesman out there. But I mean, you think, okay. Selling bricks in Houston.
So you need a pallet of bricks. Chicago brick? Yeah. Bates!
Right.
Who talked to you?
Bates Brick Sales.
Right.
Bates, you back from the USFL yet? Because we got a pallet back here, man.
Yeah.
I get it. Need a high-low? Need a high-low in aisle 3.
Yeah. Selling bricks in Houston. All right, Goff. You were saying about Goff.
The sense of calm that he had on his face going into that last drive, it was, we've heard the old Aaron Rodgers ever, and when he said relax the whole bit and spelled it out, and you understand that, but when you see it from Goff, it was like, I firmly believe it. This guy has been playing at an elite level now,
dude,
for several weeks.
Tap the brakes. He threw 3 incompletions.
I know. It's amazing how accurate he's been over the last 3 weeks. He's been playing at an elite level, and you know me. I don't like to throw the word elite out there because I think it gets misused all the time. Elite means the top 2 or 3 in the league.
There's difference between being elite and playing at an elite level, which is perfectly fine. He is playing at an elite
level over the last 3 weeks, and I'm loving it. He's throwing the ball downfield. For all those naysayers out there, he can't throw deep. Okay, tell me that again. Watching the last few weeks, and he's throwing perfect passes downfield to receivers. The touchdown pass to Amon-Ra was a thing of beauty. Just right in stride, boom. No hassle at all.
That was against, they showed a 7-man front. I don't know that he, brought Tim Patrick in motion to have him pick up the extra pass rusher that was not accounted for, or if that was the part of the original design. It doesn't matter. But the guys up front on that pass to Amon-Ra, the guys up front gave him time to give his great receivers a chance to beat man coverage. And that's exactly what not only Amon-Ra did. If you saw Jamison Williams was wide open as well on that play. And he made a great throw on a play that was screaming, you're going to be under heavy duress.
And he wasn't.
And he wasn't. And he was given the opportunity by the offensive line and Tim Patrick, and I think David Montgomery was the running back that picked up an extra rusher. It was 7-on-7. They crowded the line, and right before that snap, Greg Olsen said, look at this. They got everybody in the line of scrimmage. They got to figure out who's going to come and who's going to drop into coverage, and they all rushed the passer, all 7 of them. The Lions were prepared for it. I mean, that was Flores versus Ben Johnson, and Ben Johnson's guys executed it. That was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, there were 4 straight drives that went for touchdowns after the first 2 drives were 3 and out, I think.
Yep.
And you're feeling not so good about this team. They get down 10-0 before you can blink, and then they go on a run bleeding into the second half too, which makes you feel so much better. Hey, if they're going to score, let's answer the score. And they did. And then things started to slip a little bit. Then they trail in the game with a few minutes left. But again, cool, calm, confident. Jared Goff leads the team down the field with some big-time passes. Big rush coming at him. He'll wait. Yeah, the one play where it looked like Grenard was going to strip sack him. Oh,
that was a huge play.
I'm just going to step up and throw this. And completing passes downfield to St. Brown. Yesterday was a St. Brown day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was glad to see it because we hadn't seen one in a while. He had a whole bunch of 100-yard games last year. I think he had one going into the game this year. And then comes up with the one yesterday. It was just big play after big play. You need something? Where's 14? There he is, first down. Next. It was a brilliant thing to watch.